Live news happening now.
In light of the challenges that our city continues to face, you know, this has been a problem that has persisted in this city for some time now. And the fact is, things have gotten worse over time. And I want to take a moment to appreciate our public safety officials that are joining us here today, some of whom you will hear from in a short moment. But thank you to our Police Chief Bill Scott for being here, our Fire Chief Janine Nicholson, our Sheriff Paul Miyamoto, our Director of the Department of Public Health, Dr. Grant Colfax, Director of Emergency Management, Mary Ellen Carroll, and the Director of Homelessness and Supportive Services, Shireen McSpadden, as well as members of the Board of Supervisors who are joining us here today, Supervisor Catherine Stephanie and Supervisor Asha Safai. I'm here to discuss, as I said, public safety in this city. In recent months, we've not only seen a number of high-profile incidents of brazen robberies and car break-ins, but also street behavior and criminal activity, especially in the Tenderloin, that has become far too normal and cannot continue to be tolerated. All of our residents, our workers, and everyone who visits our city should feel safe no matter what part of town they're in. And I know that San Francisco is a compassionate city. We are a city that prides ourselves on second chances and rehabilitation. But we're not a city where anything goes. Our compassion should not be mistaken for weakness or indifference. Today, we're announcing a series of public safety initiatives to create a city that is safe and turns the tide on what we have recently seen in San Francisco. And to be clear, what I'm proposing today and what I will be proposing in the future will make a lot of people uncomfortable. And I don't care. At the end of the day, the safety of the people of San Francisco is the most important thing to me. And we are past the point where what we see is even remotely acceptable. The first of these initiatives is the Tenderloin Emergency Plan, which is already underway. During COVID, we showed what this city can do when we unify our efforts and we work together collaboratively. Through our emergency action, we protected the health of the city, and San Francisco was a national model for addressing COVID. We saved lives. And let me say this, the Tenderloin needs an emergency response, period. I spent a lot of time going to the Tenderloin and seeing what's happening there. During the pandemic, when there were tents everywhere, we intervened, we made a significant difference. But now, what I see is far, far worse. Well, there are still issues of needing to get people off the streets and into housing, and there are also very important, urgent safety issues. Last week, I met with a group of families from the Tenderloin. Hearing their stories were hard. Hearing their stories were heartbreaking. Just imagine if you had to walk your kids down the streets of the Tenderloin every single day with people shooting up, selling drugs, and because the sidewalks were so packed with people, you had to walk out onto the street in incoming traffic on a regular basis. You got these brand new playgrounds where you don't even feel comfortable walking your kids to play in them because of everything that they see around them, where you don't feel safe. The PTSD, the challenges, the cramped conditions, the nasty streets, And when I say nasty, full of feces and urine, that Department of Public Works is cleaning every single day, but it comes back.
You're watching Chron On. We're going to have more news after the break.